absolutely, you can spot reduce. Now you can believe me and go do something else, or you can not believe me and still go do something else, or you can stick around and I can try to enlighten you and give you some more information on just how this has been warped and twisted over the years. Okay, this is a big misconception in the fitness industry, and it's almost common knowledge now that you can't spot reduce. Go into the gym or into your classroom and ask anyone, can you spot reduce? Instantly they're going to tell you no. Why? Because they're parroting what somebody has already told them. And what somebody has already told them, they heard from somebody who they think is reputable, who is smart and has a credibility, so they know what they're talking about. But guess what? Here is a problem with the scientific method mixing in with the bro science lifting. Okay, bro science lifting is when you have somebody who is obviously into fitness and obviously is really smart, and they try to mix the two together, but they really don't mesh well. And let me tell you why. The scientific method is very methodical. Okay, you have to have a very clear orientation and a path of where you're going to go with the questions you want to answer. The questions you want to answer have to be simple. That's just it. They have to be simple. They can't be complicated. You can't have large open-ended questions like, why can't I spot reduce? Think about that question for a second. You can't spot reduce. If you go up to a scientist and you try to tell them, how do I spot reduce? Or can I spot reduce? The first thing they're going to think of is, I can't answer that question. It's too complicated and broad. Let's break this question down into simpler steps. Simpler steps, you say? What could be better? This is exactly what I need. I'm just here to lift. I need it to be easy as possible, or not as easy, but as clear as possible. So if you can break it down to me easier, then that's just great. And you're smart, right? So everything you say has to be true. Well, guess what? Here is the problem with that, because they have to break the question down into segments. They can't just say, can I spot reduce? They have to break it down to a question that is easy to answer or that they can answer using that scientific method. The best way to do that is to turn spot reduction into a question like, can I specifically target an area for fat loss? The answer to that question is obviously, technically, no. You cannot program or intentionally utilize your body's physiological mechanisms to target one specific area just for fat loss. But that is the problem. They're not answering the broad question. Can you spot reduce? Spot reduction is more than just reducing the fat away from a specific area. Just like everything else, you have to train your body. So to start with that area, to reduce the fat in your love handles, you can't just sit by while you're on your diet and meditate the fat away from that specific area. You can't just take your caloric deficit and wish it away in a certain spot. You have to train it. To train your body to not store fat and to lose fat in a specific area, what you have to do is you have to work out that specific area. To train your body to reduce the fat in this one area is a three-pronged approach. One, you need your diet and your caloric deficit. You need to train, you need to exercise this area. You want to know why? Because that is a third approach to this. Fat is stored where it is least active. What that means is you can train your body to reduce the fat in a specific area by keeping it active. This is why people back in the day used to do that kind of stuff. They used to work out the area. If they wanted their abs tighter, they wanted to lose body fat, they would work out their abs. They would do crunches. They would do jogging, which works out your obliques. They would do all that stuff because it is actually training them to store fat in other places of their body. Okay, if you store fat in your arms or your shoulders or your back, people don't really care as much. That just makes them look bigger or makes them warmer in the winter. They don't really give a shit. But if it's on their stomach, suddenly that aesthetic issue comes into play and they hate it. All right, so here's how you do it. If you do those crunches, if you do those stairmasters, if you do the jogging or the running, all of which is going to work out your obliques, especially the stair climbing and the running, you're going to train your body to store fat somewhere else other than your love handles or your obliques. At the same time with your caloric deficit, at the same time with your training, you're going to reduce your overall body fat, okay? So you're reducing the body fat that you have, percentage wise, in your stomach area, in your obliques, and you're training your body not to store fat back there and to move it around your body. That is because your body is always in either an anabolic or a catabolic state. It fluctuates throughout the day. So if you're gaining weight, you're going to store it where it's least active all throughout the day, okay? You're going to slowly train your body 24/7 to store the fat somewhere else, to build the muscle, to reduce the fat, and you'll be able to see the changes gradually as you move along. That is one of the biggest fitness myths that always bug me, and I'm always trying to get this message out. Yes, you can spot reduce. Don't let these stupid myths complicate your workouts. Don't go into the gym thinking, well, if I do abs, I'm wasting my time. I'm not going to look good. I'm not going to get healthy. I'm not going to lose fat. Don't think about any of that, okay? Just get in there. Work out. Have fun. I promise you, you will look good and feel good if you just keep at it. Till next time.